it's not uncommon to discover that there are certain people who think they believe in the sovereignty of God, but they're actually fatalists. They're really like Muslims. When I've been in Islamic countries, I've been staggered to see how many people are prepared to drive in the most reckless of manners. I mean, the wrong way on the freeway on the opposite side of the road. Why? Because they believe that if it is in the will of Allah, they will be dead, and if it isn't in the will of Allah, they'll get there. The Bible says, no, you're supposed to be sensible. That's why we have these rules, and we have the left and right, and so on. But what we do know is that God always accomplishes his purposes, that God had a purpose for his people that they could not fathom when they found themselves in the doldrums. This fellow called Joseph could never really have put the pieces of the puzzle together in the immediacy of it all. And the cries of his own heart, which are not really recorded for us in the Bible, must often have been cries like, Lord, what are you doing here? Looking through the rearview mirror, he realizes. And the short answer, I think, is this, that not only does God ordain the ends that he has appointed, but he ordains the means to those ends. And part of the means to the ends of the accomplishing of his purposes are, as you say, mysterious in the fact that our prayers are part of that. Otherwise, there's no point in praying ever at all. I mean, if prayer is just an exercise in deep breathing, I mean, I have a thing on my watch, it tells me, every so often it tells me, breathe, And some people think that's what prayer is, even Christians. And that's why many of them have succumbed to all kinds of meditative practices with a vague Christianized dimension to them. But it's not what Paul is talking about doing when he cries out to God in Ephesians. And that needs to be our pattern.